Hey, everybody. Welcome to Comic Book Podcast week number 2. I'm surprised we actually continued one thing from one week to the next for a change. Yay!
Yeah, we did it.
Seems like we've had some of these things where we kick them off and we go, oh, okay, let's move on to something else. But this was a lot of fun, I think. So I'm Aaron, editor-in-chief of Comic Booked, and we'll just kind of go around the room here. Pass it over this way.
I'm Sven. I'm a writer and cosplayer for Comic Booked.
Hey everybody, Justin, managing editor over at Comic Booked.
Hey everybody, I'm Jesse here, a writer at Comic Book.
All right, so if you have listened last week or watched us on YouTube last week, we are up on SoundCloud. So if you check us out there, you can subscribe and see and listen to all our podcasts, all one of them, other than this one. And we're also on our YouTube channel, Comic Booked on YouTube. Last week we talked about events. We talked about all kinds of different things. I've got my list right over here. Season finales for TV stuff. We talked about the events rehash. We did Comic Booked at the movies. And we're going to bring a couple of those back this week as well. And then we had the big death match, character death match. So we'll have the results of that at the end of this show, and as well as a new scenario and new selection of characters for our new death match. So lots of fun stuff. Yeah. All right. So first off, events rehash this week. We had a lot of Rebirth stuff going on. So we definitely want to talk about that. And we have a Rebirth show that we actually did. Was that up yesterday, Justin?
Yeah, I think last night.
So we have the Rebirth, DC Rebirth review week 3 up on our YouTube channel. You guys can check that out. We go through each book and talk about it. But this week we had Green Arrow number 1, Superman number 1, Batman number 1, Titans Rebirth number 1, and something else. What am I missing? Green Lanterns number 1. Yes.
Yeah. For that.
So, yep. Did you guys read those? Anybody read all those other than me?
I read Green Arrow and Green Lantern.
Okay. What did you think about Green Lanterns? Did you like it, or?
I liked both of them, actually.
Better than previous, like, New 52 stuff, or did it feel more like the characters that you knew, or?
The only thing that was 52 that I really read was the Harley Quinn.
Okay.
But I really do like their storyline so far that they're going on.
Yeah, it's interesting. I thought the way that they're weaving the Red Lanterns back into the story and really making them kind of a prominent part, I like that. I thought that was pretty cool. So, how about you, Jesse?
Well, I think I got all the covers, all the books, that is, but I haven't had a chance to read them all. I picked up the Green Lanterns. I really like that Lou Pacino. She did a really nice cover for that. That really drew me to the book. Unfortunately, I haven't had a chance. I've been really busy to read all these, so I don't have any insight as to the interior material. But the cover is nice.
Yeah, and overall they have been doing a really good job. The art. I mean, it's typical. I feel typical for DC is the art is all kind of similar. They try to keep a same look and feel throughout each book.
Yeah,
don't you
they call it a house style. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Sort of,
right.
Jim Lee-esque, if I had to name it.
Yeah, in a way. Yep. Overall, the Superman number 1 was good. We have some interesting family dynamic kind of stuff going on. Really keeping it separate from what's going on in Action Comics, where it's more Superman in the city against Lex Luthor and everything, and the extra Clark Kent thrown in just for fun. We don't know where he's from or who he is. But I think there was a cool introduction of a character at the end of Superman number 1 that everyone would be like, and me loving the Death of Superman series and everything that happened after that with the Rise of the Superman, I was like, oh, that's cool. We didn't talk about it because it was the last page, Justin, but it was pretty cool.
Superman. You're talking about Action Comics.
Nope, talking about Superman number 1. At the end of Superman number 1 from this past week, there was a character that showed up on the last page, the last couple pages, but on the last page, he steps into Jonathan's room, and he's like, kind of a come with me if you want to live thing, but it was, you're coming with me. Like that. Yes. Yeah, it's a great book. I don't want to spoil the ending,
that
but it was a great
bad.
book. Well, but look at the title for next issue. I think kind of gives it away, and I'm not going to tell what it is because.
All right.
Yep. So anyway, but yeah, I like the Superman. I thought that was great. Batman, it really it's all about introducing these two new characters. Did you get it? You see what I'm saying though, Jesse? So, I think we lost Jesse's sound. You guys can all hear me, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay.
So, anyway, lots of cool stuff with the DC Rebirth this week. Still keeping us interested, I feel, don't you guys?
Absolutely.
Yeah, really liked it. Really liked the Titans Rebirth that came out this week. So looking forward to seeing what more they do with that. Yep.
Got this cover here.
Yeah.
I will definitely go read it on Wednesday.
Yeah, it's a really, really solid book. I like Brett Booth, so I like the art, and Dan Abnett's doing a great job with the story. Plus, just seeing like how, since Wally's in that book, that one's gonna kind of tie in. We're gonna get a little bit more clues or see things change a little bit in that one more so than some of the other books.
Right.
Yeah. I'm a puzzle person, so I really like puzzles and I like mysteries and I like seeing. But see, I didn't get that cover. I got the other cover for that.
Yeah, this drew me more than the other one, so that's why I went for this.
Yeah, I guess I like the Red Lanterns thing on the other cover. So yeah. But I like the puzzle. I like to see the story and then kind of figure out where the pieces are and go, oh, I'm going to see that person, and So, yeah. All right. Anything else we want to talk about with DC Rebirth before we go into Marvel?
No.
That pretty much sums it up for the week. I mean, it continues to be a solid revamp, relaunch, whatever you want to call it, of their world, in my view.
Yeah, and this week we've got quite a few. We got 4 books again this week. Detective in Action, continuing with the second book in the new renumbered series. Wonder Woman #1 and Flash #1.
And Aquaman.
Oh, and Aquaman, right. So we have 5.
Flash.
Yep. So that's good. All right. So Marvel's Civil War #2, or Civil War 2 #2 was out this past week, along with a couple of other books. Yep, I think I got that same cover.
Yeah, I got the same one.
And I just quick sped read it before the thing, so I was like, oh, okay, cool. Now we can kind of spoil issue 1. So, for those of you who haven't read issue 1, plug your ears. But at the end of issue 1, we saw the death of
War Machine,
She-Hulk, and War Machine.
Yeah.
So we saw the death of She-Hulk and War Machine. Potentially the death of She-Hulk. We don't actually see her like dead, but we see her flatline, and the docs are like, we don't know what to do with her. Right. But we know War Machine's dead. Rhodey's dead, and She-Hulk potentially is dead. And it looks like in this issue they don't talk about her being alive. So, yeah. But we know in #3 there's another big character death, potentially 1 or more, and with this book.
Big. Pun intended there.
Yeah. With this book, we've got some major stuff going on that's like, whoa. As we continue the story of Ulysses, right? Is his name. The Inhuman who can see the future. So it's really a tug of war. This should have been tug of war instead of Civil War. Because it's like, no, I want to use him. I want to use him. I want to use him. Tony Stark trying to get revenge really for Rhodey's death, feeling like this guy's responsible and whatever. So I'm not loving this one. I don't know about you guys.
What do you think, Jesse?
Okay. Well, I was telling you guys before we started here, with this, I went into it not entirely excited for it, let's say. I just, my expectations for it were kind of low, and a little bit fatigued with the amount of events that Marvel's been doing in the near future, or in the recent past. See, there I go in my Civil War mode. But I guess with that in mind, I've been surprised by this event so far. I feel like a lot's happened. It's a good story. Bendis, when he's doing events and when he's on, in my opinion, I think he's really good. There are some that leave some things to be desired, like Spider-Man, for example. I wasn't too happy with that. But with this type of event that he's doing, I think he's doing a really good job. So far, we're 3 issues in now, so there's more that remains to be seen. But thus far, I think it's all right. I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, this was just issue 2 out this week, and then we have God something, or what was the one last week? Was
Well, I mean,
2?
we have
Spider-Man?
yeah, we have
Well,
several.
I was kind of the 0, 1, 2.
Oh, right, there was a 0. Yeah, I forgot about that. See, just like
And there was also a free comic book day.
right. That was kind of a prequel to all of them. Yeah. So there's actually been 4 books. Okay. Well, that one come in between. I felt like that one came in between one, like in between of part of one. I don't know. That was weird. Anyway.
Yeah. I will say though that Oh.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead. Okay. I'm not getting any of the tie-ins. So like God of War or any of the others. I'm not getting those. With this, it's just strictly the main title.
I'm doing the same thing.
Yeah, me too. So, and I thought about picking up the other ones, but then I was like, well, I'll just wait a year and they'll be in the dollar bin, and I'll pick them up then.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because that's what happens. I mean, Secret Wars, I went back, we had a big sale at our comic shop, which the owner of my local shop hates to have sales of any kind. But, it's whatever. So they had this, sorry, I got like gnats in front of me. I'm like, So they had a sale where basically you get a long box and you fill the long box, and they either did a short box for $75, a long box for $100. So I mean, I packed that thing full on the sides and everywhere. And as I'm going through the boxes, there were variant covers for Secret Wars stuff that was in some of those boxes. And there was a lot of other things that I picked up, but the variant covers were the cool things, like Planet Hulk #1 with the Scotty Young variant, and Scotty Young variant like New Avengers #1, which those were cool. I mean, I like those, but I never would have paid price for them when they were on the shelf before, because I'm pretty sure that one was like $15.
Yeah.
So
with Secret Wars, I did go a little crazy. I got pretty much the whole thing, not all the variants, because that would be unattainable. But in terms of all the tie-ins and everything, I probably got more than I should have on that. So
I did too. I picked up a lot of them because I liked the stories. Like I didn't get Siege, and I didn't get the journals, and I didn't get A-Force, and I didn't get X-Men 92. There's a couple other ones that Justin and I kind of traded off on, like he got them and I didn't, as we were doing the reviews on those. But yeah, that was a hard, and some of them were really good. Like Weird World was great, but it was like so downplayed, and the Age of Ultron versus the Marvel Zombies, that was a really cool story.
Yeah, it was. It was good. I love the artwork.
Bloodstone. And it had Bloodstone, Ulysses Bloodstone, and his daughter, and everything in there. That was cool. But yeah, it's just like kind of an afterthought. People didn't even really know what was going on. So.
Right. And the other thing with it too, it was their entire line at the time. There were no other books. There were no other options. If you wanted to Marvel, you had to get something Secret Wars, and that was what,
that's true.
A year.
Yeah. 9 or 10 months. So
It went for a long time.
Yeah, for sure. So. Other event kind of news. Anything else you guys want to say about Civil War?
No.
Okay. Other event kind of news. I did hear this week that from Xenoscope, Grim Fairy Tales is ending after 11 years. So yeah, the last issue, I think 124, is going to be the final issue. So I think that's kind of cool. I mean, that's a long time for a kind of an indie title comic to be running. But yeah, it's hard to believe they've been around that long and had strong female characters and a cohesive universe, which is what everybody wants. But a lot of times it covers.
Any reason why they're ending it, or is it?
I don't know if they're going to have another event like they did with Realm Wars, but they're just bringing it to an end. I haven't really read too much about it other than that. As we get back into coverage over the next week, I'll find out more, and I'll get in touch with them, and maybe we've interviewed Pat Shand in the past, So
Yeah.
maybe we'll try to get Pat Shand again on
Right.
our show to talk about it,
Okay.
see what's going on.
Yeah.
So he ended his run with Robin Hood.
Mhm.
I think the last issue of his run came out last month, or it comes out this month.
It was last month, I'm pretty sure.
Last month. Okay, so that was a big deal because he'd been running that one for a while, and then to hear that the Grimm Fairy Tales was ending as well, that was something. But they're just making changes, just like everybody else. You know, you got to keep stuff fresh and new, and so it'll be interesting to see what happens. All right, well, let's move on. Next section this week, really comic book at the movies again. Do we want to talk about weekend movie stuff and big things that happened over the weekend? Anybody go see a movie this weekend?
I was too busy.
Oh, well, you had the convention, right? Yeah, I can imagine. Jesse? Justin?
I almost did.
You almost did? Well, I went and saw Finding Dory. I really like Finding Nemo, you know, and so when the opportunity came, we went and saw Finding Dory this weekend. It was really good. Pixar does a great job with sequels. I have yet to be let down with one of their sequels, and this has been just this was an amazing movie because it felt like a sequel, but it also felt like a different story. It didn't feel like we were just kind of continuing the whole story from Finding Nemo. You had a new story, a new plot line. I don't feel like they used some of the same devices, but there was enough familiarity that still tied it to the original movie. And it made $135 million this weekend, so it must be doing something right, you know. Yeah.
So did you watch Finding Nemo before you went and saw Dory?
No, I've watched Finding Nemo so many times I have it memorized, so I didn't have to. Remember, I have 5 kids, so at some point in time, we've watched that movie like 100 times. Yeah.
It's a Pixar movie, right?
Yes. Yep.
I don't think that they've had a movie that's not done well. Like, I mean, seriously, think about all the movies they've come out with. They've all been huge successes.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, that's true.
We're also,
Well,
yeah.
but even the ones that like Planes, which was the kind of the sequel to Cars, and then they did the Planes Fire and Rescue, which I haven't seen, but I still heard good things about it. I think that's the only Pixar movie that I haven't seen yet. I thought it was almost like a direct-to-video kind of thing, but
I haven't seen
Yeah.
Cars 2 or any of the Planes movie.
Cars 2 was a different kind of movie. I liked it. I thought it was funny. I liked the humor in Cars. And so in Cars 2, it's still kind of funny, but a lot of people didn't like it. I don't know. I like Michael Caine, you know, the character he played in there, and I think it was just a fun movie, and sometimes people take movies too seriously.
True.
Very true.
But just looking at other box office stuff for the weekend, there wasn't a whole lot of new stuff. I mean, Central Intelligence came out, but, you know, Finding Dory hit with $135 million. The next big movie was Central Intelligence, which was its first weekend, and it only hit $35 million. So 135 and 35. It's like a big drop between first and second place. Clearly, Finding Dory won the box office, but Central Intelligence came in second. Its budget was $50 million, so it didn't even make its budget back in the first weekend.
Wow.
You know.
Yeah.
Other than that, it was all like second week, third week movies. The Conjuring 2, Now You See Me 2, and Warcraft 2 rounded out the top 5. And Warcraft only made $7 million this past weekend, so it was pretty low.
That's going not good.
But they have total, so they've only, that's not good. Never mind. I was gonna say they only had a total gross of $38 million on a $160 million budget, so that's pretty bad.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they'll make it up on the sales, but
Central Intelligence is probably one of the movies I'll wait for my Xfinity to come for it free. I won't go see it in theaters. I will not.
It'll be
Right,
on
exactly.
Netflix for too long or something. Yeah.
The trailer just didn't hit me at all because I never really liked Kevin Hart or The Rock, and this movie just seems like a bad movie.
I like Dwayne Johnson. I do. We talked about this I think before. I've liked his movies, but I'm just not a big Kevin Hart fan. So I don't know. If that means he's not going to follow me on Twitter, oh well.
Oh, okay.
So rounding out the top 10 movies for the weekend, X-Men Apocalypse still holding at 6th. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows at 7th. Alice Through the Looking Glass on week 4 at 8th place. Me Before You, which actually looked like a pretty good movie. I saw the trailer for that this weekend. And then Captain America Civil War at 10th place in its 7th week, so still holding strong.
Wow.
And actually some hangers on at 12th and 13th place, Jungle Book and Zootopia at weeks 10 and 16, respectively. They are really holding on. So it either speaks to a sad showing in the movies in general, or that those movies are strong releases. So I don't know.
Well, Zootopia, I've watched that movie twice in theaters, and it's an amazing movie.
I haven't seen it yet, so I would definitely like to. So that's good. Good to hear.
I'm holding out for the Secret Life of Pets. I'm pumped for
Yes. Although I saw there was a trailer for a movie that is made by the same folks that does Secret Life of Pets.
Secret Life of Bees?
Despicable Me.
No. What's that?
Despicable Me 3.
No, it was the same folks, but it was another movie. It's terrible. Can't remember. Just watch the trailer. Nope, that's terrible too.
It's all terrible.
Because I remember, I don't know whether it was an actual trailer or not, but there's been a trailer going around Facebook about the grocery store those are the same creators that made Despicable Me 3, well, Despicable Me and all the other kind of movies.
Oh, I know what it was.
Oh, yeah.
Sing.
Yeah.
Sing, that was the one. It sings like a bunch. Have you seen it again? You guys seen the trailer for that one?
No.
Sing?
It's like a world of animals, and this animal, I can't remember what type of animal it is even. He has a theater, and his theater's going to have to close down, so he's trying to figure out what to do, and he's going to have a singing competition to draw interest to the theater and get people to support the theater. And so it's kind of about all of these, not wannabes, because there's like this kid gorilla whose gorilla dad is leader of this gang of thieves, and he doesn't really want to be part of the gang. He wants to sing. And there's a pig girl who's married to this pig guy.
That's Reese Witherspoon.
Like in real life. Is Reese Witherspoon plays her?
Matthew McConaughey is Buster Moon, an optimistic koala who plans to save his theater by announcing a singing competition.
Yeah, and it's all big names, which I thought was cool.
John C. Reilly's in it.
Is it in August?
Johansson is a crested porcupine.
Yeah. But it looks good. It's got some great music.
Just looking at the blocks that go with the YouTube trailers, it looks amazing, and I haven't even pressed play on any of the YouTube trailers.
It is the trailer's really cool. So if you guys check that out, it's called Sing, and it's from the same folks behind Minions and Secret Life of Pets and all that, and Despicable Me. Looks like a really good movie. So, but yeah, I don't. You weren't talking about Sausage Party, were you, Sven?
I think it was.
Okay, so that's the rated R animated movie coming out from the demented brain of Seth Rogen and all those guys. Which they always say you want to know how the sausage is made.
What?
Yeah, it's a crazy looking movie. So, so if you guys get a chance to check that one out, it's something else. I think I had an article up on the site about it with the trailer and stuff. So, a couple months ago. All right. Any other movies you guys are excited about coming out? Tarzan.
Independence Day is coming up.
What's that? In the past?
No, Independence Day is coming out.
Oh yeah, the Resurgence. Yep, next weekend, right?
Yeah. It's a movie that's like a couple months away. Suicide Squad.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
That comes out my birthday weekend, so I'm like, yes,
nice.
I'm going to it.
Nice.
There's they just released some new posters for it today, actually.
You know what? I can't.
Very cool.
Oh my god, I love the posters.
Yeah, I think Tarzan looks like an amazing movie. I like the original, like Greystoke and all those, but Alexander Skarsgård just looks like Tarzan. I was impressed. So
it looks good, but I don't think I'm going to go to the theater and see it.
I don't know. Yeah, it's one of those. It could go either way. So, and it looks like it's going to be a long movie because I think they're trying to do the whole like Tarzan baby grow up with gorillas, and then he becomes Lord Greystoke, and then he comes back to the gorillas, and that was like 3 hours of movie. So, how do you do that in a way that keeps people interested for 3 hours without superheroes? It's hard to do anymore.
Truth, I probably won't see Jungle Book or Tarzan because I grew up with those cartoons, the cartoon movies as a kid. I don't really, with the trailers, I'm not really happy with the way that they've taken them.
Well, Tarzan, if you went back to the live action like Greystoke, that is like the best Tarzan movie of the Tarzan type movies. That's the best one, unless you're counting stupid like
Brendan Fraser.
Yeah, Brendan Fraser. What is it? George of the Jungle.
George of the Jungle.
That was rough.
I actually like
That was a
George
great movie. I love that movie. But that Greystoke was such a good movie because it's really it's more about the person, and it's just a big story. When they did the animated Tarzan, I had trouble choking that down.
Oh, the Disney one? Well, it was a Disney-fied version of it, so
yeah.
For that, I was okay with it. I was like, Disney.
But I don't think that with the new Tarzan Lord of the Jungle, they're trying to make another Tarzan movie like they're doing Jungle Book, against the animated thing. I think they're trying to go back to the roots of the original. Yeah. Who's I'm drawing a blank. Who's the author of that book?
I can't remember.
That's so bad.
We've lost all knowledge.
Oh no!
Gosh. Okay, I'm looking it up.
Edgar Rice Burroughs, is it?
Yes, Edgar Rice Burroughs.
Or is it? Okay. I know the other one.
Edgar Rice Burroughs.
Yeah.
Yeah, Edgar Rice Burroughs. So, well, yeah, Rudyard Kipling's Jungle Book. Yeah.
Jungle Book.
So Edgar Rice Burroughs' original idea for Tarzan. I think that's really what they're stretching back to. So anyway, only other thing I want to mention is another Disney movie, another remake of an animated movie, sort of animated. Pete's Dragon. What do you guys think about Pete's Dragon coming out?
Man, this is one that I wish they didn't touch.
I kind of do too, but from sitting in the theater watching the new trailer, the original trailer was like the teaser, you didn't really see much. The new trailer, though, I grew up on the original Pete's Dragon with the music and with red buttons and everybody in there.
Red Skelton.
Red Skelton, sorry. What was that? Buttons. I don't know. Red Skelton and all of the characters that were in that movie, and that was great. And it was the story that drew me to that movie. So seeing this one, I mean, Carl Urban's in it. Robert Redford's in it. Yeah, it's got a lot of star power in there, and it's got some really, really cool special effects. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I haven't seen the new trailer for Pete's Dragon.
Okay.
I mean, it's worth checking out on YouTube. I would say that it's worth checking out, especially if you as a kid you watched the original. It's worth getting an opinion on of whether or not you want to see it and whether or not you think they did a good job.
Yeah,
I will definitely check it out.
I think that goes back to our argument last week. Yeah, our discussion last week of rebooting or not rebooting. Should they be doing this? I mean, yeah, it's great that they have new special effects and they could do better than just a two-dimensional dragon, drawn on the film cell. But should they upgrade the story and everything and drop out? And we don't know. Maybe it is a musical. I think that would be awesome. But I don't think it will be. So
yeah,
it just doesn't look musically to me.
I'm gonna go with
all right. No.
No.
Negative Ghost Rider.
Yeah, yep. You never know. Carl Urban could sing. I mean, we'll see.
He sang in Dread. No,
that's true. It was the deleted scenes. It's the after credits scene.
Exactly.
Everybody's gonna go back to the DVD right now and watch it. Go, where is that? Yeah. So, all right, well, let's move on. Next section. So, third section this week, we're going to talk about the top fathers in comics. Because yesterday was Father's Day. We just want to give an opportunity to give a shout out to all the fathers in comics. Good, bad, ugly, whatever. So, I've got a list, and you guys throw out any other ones that you think of. First one, Justin and I were talking about, is Thanos. Thanos is one of the big daddies of comics. He's got tons and tons of kids, most of them that he killed. But, you know, he's got Gamora, and he's got a bunch of other kiddies running around there. But he always shows up like after they're born and goes, oh, I don't want this one, twist their head off or something.
Yeah.
Because he's such a great guy.
He is. He's the best.
Of course, Superman in the New 52, not
Jonathan
pre-52, with Jonathan as his son. Yep.
Well, he also has kind of his and Lex Luthor's clone, Connor Kent, too.
Yeah, he
Is
kind
he
of
back
took him
now?
under his wing. Yeah. Well, I mean, we can just say he exists.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
did.
They
He
did.
died. Yep. Ultron 8, Justin brought up. I'll let Justin talk about him.
Oh yeah, he was in the original Old Man Logan. He was like Hawkeye's daughter's child's stepfather something. But he was like, Ultron 8 had emotion and stuff like that, so he was like a better person than most Avengers were at that point.
That's good.
That's cool. That's funny. So Doctor Doom, because, you know, he did have Kristoff that he kind of took on as his heir, even though Kristoff was kind of backstabbing and all that stuff. But that was back in the, the 80s or early 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah.
Kang, you know, Kang has Bentley 23 and multiple clones. Oh, no, that's not Kang. That was the Wizard, right? Bentley's dad from Future Foundation, Fantastic Four.
Was it? I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, it was the Wizard. Yep. So, but Kang has kids, I guess. Not really. Kang has like different versions of himself, right? So is he
Right.
the ultimate father? It's like Kid
Time loop.
Immortus
Time
and
loop.
all these different ones. These are my me's. You know? Okay. Of course, Reed Richards. We can't leave him out, even if Marvel wants to leave him out of the universe right now. Franklin and Valeria, both his kids, and all the ups and downs that they've had in their life, and it's still he has 2 kids with the same woman. It's hard to believe in the Marvel universe
Yep.
anymore.
They're just out in the universe making new galaxies right now.
They're outside of the universe now, aren't they, or something?
They're making the multiverse or something.
There was
Maybe.
Dr. Manhattan hanging out.
Right.
Right?
Like, how can we screw up DC this week? Take that.
Gotcha.
Yep. So Darkseid on the DC side, you know, he's got Grail as his daughter, and of course now she has a little baby, ugly baby Darkseid. That was just the ugliest baby I've ever seen
So
in the DC Rebirth. It was just weird because he's like, "Hey, you'll be my daughter, Lord Darkseid." I'm like, "Ooh, throw that thing away. Put that thing back where it came from. Or so help me."
Oh, on Marvel, you forgot Magneto.
No, he's not a dad.
Yes, he is.
Polaris.
Oh, that's right. He
Polaris
does have Polaris. Yeah.
Isn't
Yeah.
Quicksilver and Wanda Maximoff both his kids?
That got retconned.
That got wrecked.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean,
They're
technically,
inhuman.
like,
You
he
were
told
correct
them-
at that point in time.
yeah. He told them he was their dad, but you know he's evil, so he lied.
That was part of Access that happened like 2 years ago now.
Yeah,
The
Yeah, it
Access
was a way to-
storyline.
it was a way to turn them into Inhumans so that they could show up in Age of Ultron movie and die.
sucks.
Yep.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. Okay, so I wasn't trying to get them all, but any other ones you guys could think of. Batman was one that we threw out there because technically Batman is a dad. And
Yeah.
Batman is Batman's dad. Because we have
How
Thomas
about,
Wayne, you know.
Yeah. How about Jor-El? So we talked about Superman, but Superman's father sent
Sure.
him off a planet that was being destroyed to save him. I think that qualifies
Yeah.
as being a pretty good dad.
Yeah, but the planet was being destroyed because of Jor-El's decision. So, you know.
Depends on which timeline you're thinking about. Who destroyed
True.
one.
Yeah.
We also
That's
have Rip Hunter, who's Booster Gold's dad.
Yeah.
Mm.
Though I don't know if is that ever. Yeah, I remember that was revealed a long time ago. Okay.
Spoiler alert.
To each other. Like,
Oh, yeah,
Booster
yeah.
Finally, like told him, "Hey, you know, you're my dad."
Yeah.
Hey,
And he's like, oh, son. Yeah.
that's cool. Give me your power ring.
Yep. Anybody else? Okay.
Captain America.
True. That was
He
sad.
a couple
That
different
was sad.
sons. Yeah, James, and then he had one Ian, which
Yeah.
was sent off to Dimension Z. But
Yep. The saddest storyline ever.
yeah,
With some of the saddest art, too, near the end.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
That was that Ramita Jr. like, I'm here to do some art. He doesn't need a face. Next page, give me some money. Like,
Jeez.
and you know,
like George Perez did that one time, right?
right. And I couldn't do it, so you know, I'm glad that he can. But there's times when it's like, I understand he's probably doing 100 other things. It's like, oh crap, I got to write this. I got to make this Captain America book. So here. But yeah, it's kind of sad. So, any other comic book dads?
I mean, I feel like we're missing a ton, but
Yeah, surprisingly difficult to come up with some names right now.
Yeah,
Well,
what about
yeah,
Cyclops?
oh god, yeah.
I mean, Cable, Nathan Summers is dad, right? Nathaniel Summers.
And how many other clones have been based off of him? You know.
True.
yeah,
Strife and all those guys, yeah. And Deadpool. Deadpool's a dad.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, not
Wolverine.
Wolverine, yeah.
I was just about to say that. Wouldn't his clones be, well,
Yeah.
wouldn't X-Men
Well,
be technically-
Dakin
Like
is
a
his
tattoo
son,
baby.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dakin's his son.
And
X-23
then
is
X-
his clone.
So, yeah, there's a lot of parents, fathers out there.
Yeah.
Rick Grimes.
Rick Grimes, that's right. Yeah.
yeah.
Yep, he's a pretty tough dad. So
Spawn had a
that's-
kid.
That's right. Al Simmons has a kid. Yep. Of course, it wasn't born, was he? Or she?
Yeah, that's his daughter before he died. His wife was pregnant when he died, right?
Yeah, but she.
So he always had the daughter.
Right.
Okay, I thought she died while she was pregnant.
Wanda?
Yeah.
Nope.
No. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Weird stuff's going on in the book right now, so it's
Well,
confusing.
yeah, I'm talking about like the first 20 issues of the book.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I
That would
haven't
be
read,
fun.
I haven't read Spawn recently, and
No, he's human now. He doesn't have any powers. And it's kind of weird, but he's still wearing the costume and getting the crap beat out of him. So it's been interesting.
Yeah, that sounds interesting.
All right. Well,
sounds like a bad day for
so-
Spawn.
yeah, really, it was pretty rough. But he has like a remnant of the costume, like a little tatter of it, and that's it. So it's an interesting storyline. I mean, he's gone. Basically, he was dead. He came back to life. He went to hell to save his wife's soul and bring her back because the devil had kind of manipulated things to kill her and then tried to get him. And he left the costume and took just a tatter of it with him. But he left the costume and it exploded and like blew the crap out of all the demons and everybody. So it's like, yeah. And then he escaped, but his wife stayed because she's like, this is where I need to go. And she actually moved on, went to heaven instead of being in hell. So that was pretty cool. And they have a scene of her like lounging by a pool, looking in the pool and watching him, and it's kind of neat. So, all right. So happy Father's Day.
Yay!
So next, man, I've got bugs like coming in my office here. I don't know what's going on.
They're attacking.
They are. Like, "Oh,
It means in your office.
I'm the only thing in here that has blood in me, I guess." So, yeah. So if it like zooms at me and I duck, you'll know what's going on. Well, it's like a mosquito or something too. Zika. Anyway, getting off track. So our final section for the week, as we have every week now, is the death match. And first we have to resolve last week's death match. So just to remind everybody, last week we had 4 teams pitted against each other at the divide between the iron and the blue from the Civil War miniseries from Secret Wars. So it was the St. Louis, basically, there at the bridge, and that's where they went for the peace talks and all that stuff. So in our story, that didn't happen. They went there and tried to kick the crap out of each other. So Sven had... That's right. So everybody picked 3 team members from 3 different universes, 3 different comic book universes. So Sven had Hellboy, Rocket Raccoon, and Wonder Woman. Jesse had picked Thor, Flash, and Spawn, and that's Odinson, Thor Odinson.
That's right.
Justin, to make sure, Justin had Hyperion, Quicksilver, and Battalion, who none of us had ever heard of before, but he's on that poster behind Justin's head.
That's right. That's right.
And I had Lobo. He exists. He's on a poster. I had Lobo, Red Skull with Professor X's brain, and Savage Dragon, and that's original Savage Dragon, not his son. So, okay. So what we figured was all the superpowered guys went off and beat the crap out of each other and probably all died. And we're just going to say they all died. So all that ends up being left is Rocket Raccoon and Lobo because they killed everybody else. And then they go, "Oh, you want to get out of here? All right, let's go." And they both get big cigars in their mouths and walk off, and that's the end.
Yep.
I mean, that could work just as well as anything else.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, all right. So for next
entire
week,
team dying. I'm happy.
well,
with it.
that's true. You just picked the wrong characters. I mean, you picked all these. We don't know. Battalion and Red Skull kind of like exploded each other's heads, and I mean, there's other stuff going on in the background as Rocket is like building some gun.
Flash just started running and disappeared. Nobody knows what happened to him.
Right.
Yeah,
He'll be
back
back
in
next season.
time.
Yeah. He showed up before. He's like, "I'm not even going to get into this fight." So he left a remnant, and that remnant got blown up. So I did see. I'm sorry, jumping back to something from last week. I did see a video from the Flash 4K channel where they talked about the Death Flash, Black Racer. Mm-hmm. That was what I was trying to remember last week. I kept saying Black Flash, but it's Black Racer. So then they do say that that's what he turns into at the end of that episode. So that was pretty cool. Anyway. So for this week, the idea is one single character from any of the Marvel, DC, independent universes. No powers. So just a normal human, or whatever. I guess it could be any race, but no superpowers. No prep time, only a knife, and they're fighting in a closed room with limited oxygen, and it's a battle to the death. Okay?
Dun, dun, dun.
All right.
So, Jesse, we'll start with you.
Okay, phew. I'm going to go with Mr. Bruce Wayne, Batman.
He's going to lose. No prep time.
No, he's the greatest detective alive. He'll figure out a way.
He needs prep time. All right, Justin.
I'll go with Elektra.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with
choice.
Faith from Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Who was it?
Faith.
Oh, Faith. Okay. And yeah, that's a good one. And the only person that came to mind when I was like, I don't even know who I'm going to pick, and I was like, wait a minute, Mr. Zaz. Who else is really good at close quarters with a knife?
Wait, actually, I think I might have to change mine because she thinks she does have superpowers.
Faith does?
Yeah, I think vampire slayers do have superpowers, technically.
Do they have them against regular human beings, or?
Not that I'm aware of. All I know is that they're a little bit stronger than most.
I don't know. What do you guys think? You want to make her change it, or are you good with that?
What
I'm
can she
happy
do?
with it. It's up to you. If you want to change it, go right ahead. But I'm happy with the choice.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Well, if
Yeah, it
it,
doesn't matter.
okay, then I'll keep Faith.
All right. Okay,
have
so
faith.
just that's right. So I thought we were going to pick Faith from Valiant, and then she does have superpowers, but she can just float. So, and I don't know that she's good with a knife. So anyway.
Floating wouldn't be much good in a closed environment.
That's true. I'm
Depends on
floating
how
up.
high the ceiling is.
True, true.
True.
Limited
we didn't
oxygen.
talk about
It's
square
not,
footage here.
Just
That's
playing
right.
keep away. Just playing keep away.
So until they start throwing knives at her, you know.
Yeah.
So Jesse picked Bruce Wayne Batman.
Mhm.
Justin picked Elektra. Sven picks Faith from the Whedonverse, right? And I picked Mr. Zaz from
You
Batman.
yeah.
So,
Victor.
all right, Victor Zaz. All right, so that's something to think about for next week, and we'll talk about it in between. We tried to. We didn't really talk about this last one this in between, but I'll try to send out some messages, and we'll figure out who the deathmatch champion is at the end of next week. I can already see how that one's kind of shaping up. So, all right. Anything else we want to talk about today? No. Okay. Nothing big in comics world that we want to mention.
Nothing crazy, and not like, nothing earth-shattering. No massive book that's coming out this week that really like sticks out in my mind as being like the one you need to get. Other than probably detective or action. If you want to keep it with the Rebirth. Well, Flash, of course. Sorry, Flash. Jeez.
Right.
Jeez. So everybody get Flash, so you can keep up with what's going on with Rebirth. There you go.
There were some other good ones. I mean, there's nothing. As I was going down through the list, I was like, there's nothing I was like, wow, I can't wait to see that one. It seems kind of like an in-between week for comics this week, other than some of the number ones. So we'll see. Did want to mention, it was very sad news that Anton Yelchin passed away. Was killed in a car accident. He played Chekhov. Played Chekhov in the Star Trek movies. Ooh, that was bad. I almost hurt myself. Plus, he also played Odd Thomas, which that was a great role. Really, really good movie. If you guys ever got a chance to see that,
good books too.
Yes, excellent books. So that was just some sad news.
How he died, because he was paying in between his car and his gate.
His own car, yeah.
His own car. How did it happen?
I don't know. Yeah, I'm sure details will come out later on. It just happened, so it's
he checked off too soon.
That's too early for that. Yeah,
okay,
too soon.
all right.
give it another week.
Okay.
Yeah, very sad news though. So we'll see what happens with. I saw a really cool sketch that somebody did, and it had him and of course Spock and Bones and Scotty standing there. They're like, "Oh, welcome! You'll want to meet Gene. So come on, and it's good to have you," kind of thing. So that's very sad. So all right. Other things that we heard this week. One more thing I remember. Flash, the new episode for season 1 is going to be called, or for the new season, Flashpoint. They have announced. So they are doing the Flashpoint thing. We'll see how that goes. I guess it's a way to bring Supergirl into the universe, if nothing else.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's going to be completely different than the Flashpoint we saw in the books and in the animated show. So or the animated movie. So it's just by title, it's Flashpoint. So things are going to be different.
Yeah, but it does. It does, speak to the same premise where he went back in time, saved his mom. So, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, don't expect to see Thomas Wayne as Batman in this universe, or something like that for this episode.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Although that would be really cool.
That would be really cool.
That would be cool. Spider-Man: Homecoming started filming today.
Yep. That's cool.
This weekend, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 ended filming.
Oh, awesome.
Both here in Atlanta, so
nice.
Yeah. It's good times.
Good.
Nice.
They did not call me to be an extra.
Oh,
You just need to show
That's
up in the background and just
Right?
sneak on set.
Yeah, they actually
With a t-shirt on.
they send out these open casting things. So
Yeah, that's cool.
Guardians of the Galaxy was mostly on green screen, though.
oh yeah,
And today, of course, first day of summer. So,
Yeah.
that's something.
Summer.
Longest day of the year.
It's
Longest
been
day of the
summer
year.
for like a month now here in Cali.
Yeah, we've had pretty warm weather these last couple weeks, so it's been unusual for us. So, all right. Well, that's it for this week, folks. We've pretty much hit our time. I think we're trying to keep it under an hour. We're like 45 minutes, about 50 minutes this week, which fine. Either way. Definitely, if you're watching us on YouTube and you put up with us this long, please like, share, subscribe. We do appreciate that. We're shooting for trying to push towards 1,500 subscribers on our YouTube channel. If you're listening to us on SoundCloud, definitely subscribe, and we appreciate that. We are trying to work on getting on iTunes this week so that you can download us. Trying to figure out how to do that, so I'll hopefully have that figured out this week. Other than that, we've got some other videos up on our YouTube channel, tons of stuff, articles on our website, comicbook.com. There's always something new up there. I think pretty much every day we have at least 2 articles that go up with new content, whether it's comic book reviews. Jesse, you just did a live interview with a comic book writer, right? So that was pretty cool.
Yes, I did, yeah.
And we'll have that video up on our YouTube channel as well as an article on that on the site. So that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Sven, you're writing something, right? Soon?
Yes, I'm writing the review on Sacramento Wizard World.
Awesome.
nice.
Lots of pictures.
And yes, I also am also doing one for Sacramento Wizard World. Did a Hometown Heroes event Friday.
Oh, nice.
I have that almost all the way done. It should be up in 2 days.
Very
But
cool.
Very cool.
they basically stars handed out awards to airmen that are here in Sacramento.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's always cool when they do that kind of stuff. I like that. So
Yeah.
we've had lots of big news with the con that I'm involved with up in up above Hagerstown in Greencastle. So we're working on different guests and things for the one upcoming in December, and it's shaping up to be a pretty big convention compared to what we started with. Tons and tons of people announced already. We're going to have folks from American Horror Story and folks from Walking Dead and folks from Pokemon. I mean, it's just all kinds of things. So pretty cool. Yeah. It's good for a local convention for our second one. It's a pretty big deal. Plus, I get to host a Star Wars panel. Yay!
Nice.
Don't say
That's
Star
cool.
Trek.
No. Star Wars.
Don't say
'cause
Star Trek.
we have 3 Star Wars actors who are going to be there. The guy who was Boba Fett in, I think, Empire Strikes Back. So he's going to be there, and Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. I think he was in both of those. So, but yeah, a bunch of stuff. So it's pretty cool. I'll have more information as we get more information. So.
Cool.
All right, everybody. Well, thanks for listening, watching, whatever you're doing out there. I appreciate you guys joining me on the podcast. It's been a lot of fun. I hope we can keep doing this, and hopefully we can get more people to join in and help us out, overcoming some of that fear of people listening to you. I don't know.
We could go from a square to a round table.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I wonder what'll happen. Where would the boxes go?
Yeah, well, we probably squish. We just get smaller and smaller. I guess we can have 25 people on here, so that'd be kind of cool. Let's see what happens. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching, listening to the Comic Book Podcast. This is week 2. I'm Aaron, editor-in-chief of Comic Booked, and I hope you go out and read more comics.
Yep. Thanks, everybody.
Agreed. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. See you next week.